Welcome back to the Zero Project Conference 2025 from the United Nations office at Vienna. I am Isabella Essel, head of Zero Project Inclusive Arts, and I have the pleasure today to interview Lőrinc Barabás, who played yesterday for us at the event Dinner at Act. And Lőrinc Barabás began very early to play the trumpet. I think, if I recall rightly, you were 12 years old. And you also composed and were part of a lot of bands. And 2015, you founded the Lőrinc Barabás Quartet that we enjoyed yesterday evening. So I would like to invite you now to our interview. And I would like to start with the first question. What is the reality of working in the arts as an artist with disability? Give us more insights.
I would like to welcome everybody as well, and I'm really pleased to be here at the Zero Project Conference. Yes, as you told, I started to play the trumpet when I was 12 years old, and I started with classical music. And I was born with 1.5 arms. And the first couple of years when I played the trumpet, I only used my left hand. And trumpet seemed to be a good choice because there is only 3 valves on the trumpet, and most of the brass instruments have only 3 valves. So it's not a disadvantage to use it with 1 arm. And also, I really liked the trumpet because it fits to many different genres. So you can go to like a Santana concert and have a horn section, but also in the symphonic orchestra or some jazz bands, you can find the trumpet. And it's loud. That was also like a really positive or kind of attracting thing for me. And I was 16 years old when I went to school where I started to learn jazz and pop music. And after that, I went to the Franz Liszt University in Budapest, where I graduated as a jazz trumpet player and trumpet teacher. And I started to compose music at a really early age, mostly with computers, like using softwares, because we used to have a piano at home where I grew up, and I used the piano as well, but in terms of doing polyphonic structures in the music, it was a really useful and helpful thing to use some softwares. So I started to compose at a really early age, and in 2005 I formed a band called Barabás Lőrinc Eklektric. That's Barabás Lőrinc is Lőrinc Barabás, but in Hungary we say the family name first. And that was a band with singer girl and MC, and we did quite a big success in Hungary. We even had the #1 song on the national radio, and that was a kind of a combination of pop music and jazz. And then we finished that project at 2010, and around 12 years ago in 2013 I started to do my solo set, where I used the loop station using the trumpet and being able to do some polyphonic structures in the music. And since then I released some albums with my solo set as well. So altogether I made 13, 14 albums of my own music. I composed for symphonic orchestra 2 half-an-hour piece, and I wrote music for many films and some advertisements, some theater music. And today what I'm doing is basically having 3 projects. One is my solo set, one is the quartet that we played here yesterday, and the third one is an improvisational club night in Budapest that we do. That's every month. I invite some friends of mine who are musicians, and we just get together and do some kind of a seance of improvising music with any kind of talking before what we are going to play. And that is called Random Wednesday.
Cool. Wow. So coming back to the reality in working in the arts, what can you tell us about that?
what is the question? Like working in arts?
Yeah.
This is what I do. I go to concerts and I book concerts and I'm invited to different places and I'm happy to go. I kind of I fell in love with the thing. I fell in love with music at a really early age, and it was not like that I woke up one day and I decided that I want to be a musician, but it was more like it was like an instinct kind of thing that just turned into my life and just became a huge part of it, and then it became my profession. So yeah, I basically that's what I do. I compose music at home and then I go to concerts and perform.
Great. So, with all the free projects that you just mentioned, you experience inclusion. Like you experience inclusion where you go to concerts, when you act, when you write, you're not facing discrimination or anything.
Not at all, not at all. And also, I think that in art, many artists are kind of searching for something unique, something to be recognized for, or something like that. And me, as a trumpet player and piano player, playing with one arm, that's kind of like a really unique thing that, you know, it's kind of like a frame of my presence on stage.
It's an asset. Great. That brings me already to my second question. What do you want to achieve with your music?
Basically, I have this kind of instinct that I want to share my music with the most people that I can share it with, and I think even if nobody would listen to the music that I do, I would do the same, because it is like a need from the inside that I just want to express myself the way that that music can be capable of expressing yourself. It's an international language, so I really love traveling, and wherever I go on the planet, I can meet musicians, and playing the trumpet or playing the keyboards, music as an international language. I can get along with people from all over the world, and I really do love this kind of thing. And I have been performing, I don't know, 25 years now, and it just doesn't seem to fade away, this need and this love to my profession.
It sounds beautiful. My next question would be, what are tips that you could have for persons with disabilities who would like to work in their arts?
I think that having a certain kind of internal power that leads someone to do something that is a really essential thing for doing art. And also there is an example of Albert Einstein, that he used to play the violin, and he said that he thinks in music a lot. So I think whether someone is an artist, like choosing this as a profession or doing something else, but dealing with arts in someone's life, that just adds so much of the way that that someone just reacts or consumes the surroundings that we have around us. So I think that even if somebody is not a professional artist, then doing visual arts or dealing with music, or just have art in someone's life, that just also in an educational way and also on a therapeutical way, it just gives a lot of value. And I highly suggest and recommend it to everybody. People with disabilities and people without disabilities, dealing with arts is just it's a really big beauty of life.
Do you have? Do you have an anecdote for us? Do you have an anecdote for us? an anecdote, like a story from your life, like something that you learned during your career working in the arts that you would like to share, that would help or inspire people who would like to get involved in the arts?
I don't know if that's a kind of a positive or negative. I didn't really think about an anecdote, but I remember that when I started to play the trumpet, my father took me to a trumpet teacher, and I played in front of him. And my father asked him whether it would be good for me to be a trumpet player or to deal with trumpet as an instrument. And the teacher suggested that he would think that for playing the trumpet you would rather need two hands. And it just it just didn't stop me of being a trumpet player. And so that was a story that, looking back to that, it could have, if I take that seriously, that could have stopped me in some ways. But I think that having a certain kind of internal, I don't really give, on others' opinion. Then you just go and just do it.
Great. So you would say that this motivated you?
I just didn't really care about it. Yeah.
Perfect. You have something prepared for us, and you are going to play something for us right now.
Yes. Yeah. So just when I studied, I finished as a trumpet player. I have a small hand holder for my trumpet, and recently, in the last couple of years, I started to play the trumpet. Started to play the piano more, and I've composed some solo piano pieces, and I'm going to play one of my solo piano pieces now. This is called 22.
Thank you so much, Lőrinc Barabás.
Thank you.